Hi there, Leo. Welcome to your reading. This is Yetta Pearl, and this is your reading for September 27th through October 3rd of 2021. And it is a general reading, which means that all your guardian angels have come to assist with getting the correct message to you. And so, hang on. This one, okay. And so because they're doing that it's for a group, right? So that means that some parts of this may not resonate exactly with you. And, oh, there's two there. Okay. And some parts will really resonate with you. It just means that the parts that don't are for somebody else. And so just leave those there. It's exactly how it's supposed to be. So isn't it crazy that it's almost October? Like, how did we get there? How did we get there? It's like, I don't know. Every minute, I guess, right, leads to this moment. And hopefully that the things that you've had in your moments leading up till now, hopefully have been exactly what you want. And hopefully that you know how to create more and new for going forward if what you've got right now isn't what you want. Okay, all right, so let's see what your angels are trying to tell you for this week. Yeah. Okay, looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. I'll just tell you that the ending of this, or the bottom line, kind of the basis of this, is relax because everything's okay. I'm not sure why they wanted me to tell you that first before we do the reading. Usually we kind of work our way up to it, but that's what they said. So take a breath and understand that everything is okay. Okay. So knowing that, now maybe you can have a little bit of a bit different perspective on current life, right? So right now, you're feeling a little sensitive, is how it feels. It's been building, I think, for a while in some of you anyway. And so this sensitivity, this is kind of like, everything everybody says, it hurts you or offends you or something like that. And that's just not necessary. That is a choice that you're making. And you need to make a different choice. Your angels are very firm about this. You are hurting yourself. Stop it. Okay. Sometimes they're really blunt. And so this is every moment. So I can hear some of you thinking, well, no, when they say those things, how can I possibly not respond to that or not react to that? Yeah, you can. You totally have that kind of control over yourself. Yes, of course you do. So when you hear something that hurts you or offends you, just take a breath and wait a moment. It's the pause. Practice that pause in between. And so do that so that you have a moment in which to make a conscious choice as to how to respond to that, instead of that knee-jerk react, right? You want to stop doing that knee-jerk react thing. That doesn't help you, nor does it help anybody else around you. So take your breath, take a bit of time. Do I even want to respond to that? No, I'm good. And be good. It doesn't matter what that person thinks. They are not you. You don't have to think that. Even if they're asking you to think that, you don't have to. And same goes for if you're the one speaking. You don't have the right to ask anybody else to think the way you do. You can explain your own position, just like everybody else can. But don't expect anybody to be swayed by your opinion. They know that's one of the things out there. So relax. They already know that information. Just treat them like normal, like a real human being. Yeah. And if they cannot do the same in return for you, well, you'll just avoid them. It's no big deal. Honestly, it's no big deal. And at this moment, you can hardly conceive that. But practice it a few times and you will come to that realization. And your sensitivity will disappear. Yes, it will. You'll feel so much better for it. You'll sleep better. You won't be uptight over things. You'll be able to open your solar plexus chakra. You know, everything will just get a lot better as soon as you can do this for yourself. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Now, having said all that, it is time, if you've been sitting on the fence about something, or if you've been choosing not to say anything when really you want to, it's time to express that. But you don't need to be rude. You don't need to be dramatic. You don't need to be pushy and shovey. You just need to be truthful to yourself, right? And so a lot of times this is to the people closest to you, expressing your inner truth. It feels like there's somebody close to you who maybe thinks differently than you do, and you've kind of given them the impression that you agree, but really you don't. It's time to come clean about that. You need to do this for yourself. Has nothing really to do with any people around you. Like, this does tend to be the close people, but it doesn't really have anything to do with them. It has to do with you speaking your truth, keeping your throat chakra open, and knowing that you are in your integrity when you're helping people understand you. Yeah. Because then, you know, once people understand the real you, or the real way you think about things or whatever, then when they're with you, you know that they're with the real you. Then you know, then you have no more uncertainty. Because when you're not being yourself, then the people around you cannot get to know the real you. You know, they might be aware that you're holding back, they might not. It doesn't matter. But it's within you that you think, oh, they don't really love me because I'm not showing them me. And so then you feel insecure in that relationship. So when you can really show your true self, the times you lose your temper, the things that offend you, the things that make you giggle, you know, the things that give you such joy, then you can be confident that that person is around you on purpose because it's you. When you're showing something that is inaccurate, then you can't be sure of that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, okay. Listen to your true feelings. Same thing. So this is a little bit deeper yet. This is you knowing what your true feelings are. Not only are you showing them to the people around you, but you have to know them first. So something that you've been talking about, not even talking about, is something that that you have portrayed at some point to be a certain way, and you've never really thought about it, whether that's actually how you think and feel about that or not. And it's coming to your attention again now, and you're gradually realizing that, oh, you know what, I was saying that just because so and so said that. I was parroting them. I was saying that only because, I don't know, I thought somebody wanted to hear that or something, when really I don't think that way. So now here's you getting to know your own self better than what you used to. And that's a glorious thing. It really is. And so once you can do that, give yourself a bit of time, get comfortable with how you actually feel about that. And then, you know, you can work it in. Ask Archangel Gabriel. So these cards here are the Gabriel cards. Ask Archangel Gabriel, who is the angel of communication. Ask for assistance with that, especially if it's something that's going to really change the tone of a relationship that you have. Then ask for assistance. Ask for that conversation to just kind of naturally ease into this topic so that you can say, I said one time that this is how I felt about that, but I'm realizing that that's really not accurate. You're allowed to change. You're allowed, even if you did used to think that, you're allowed to change your point of view on things as you learn more. You don't have to be just rigid. That doesn't benefit anybody. And so the more you can correct people's impressions of you, the better, because then it's the real you. Yeah, okay. All right. And it's time to let go. It feels like there's attachment to what people really think of you. And it's time to let go of that. And it's like that's the reason you've been saying some of the things you've been saying, is because you think that that is what people want to hear. And seriously, you need to be more true to yourself. If it's too hard to say what you actually think and feel about that, then just remain silent. But don't actively agree with somebody or actively spout what they've been saying. Be yourself. Let go of the attachment of somebody else's opinion. Yeah. So a lot of that is from your childhood. It feels very much like you were punished for disagreeing or for having your own opinion, or not necessarily even childhood, just your previous life up until this time, right? It's quite possible that person is even, or people are still in your life, and it's time to just say, I know you want me to agree with you, but I don't. You are a big person, and you are a real person, and your opinions and your thoughts and your feelings are so valid. It's time to let go of what somebody else taught you to be. And physically remove yourself from those people if necessary. Just stop having conversations until it can all be communicated and become smooth. Because you need to be you. This is deep. This is deep stuff. This is life-changing stuff for you. Yeah. You're good. You will never be completely on your own. Feels like that's a fear. You will never be completely on your own. You may be without some of the people who have taught you this stuff, but that is all to your good. Yes. Okay. And now we have, this seems to be off topic. So let's just see, how does this resonate with you? Having an agent or a manager. There's something that you're doing, feels like a project, could be a book or a other kind of a writing project, could be anything almost, could be anything creative, right? In order to get that out to the people, to be marketable, I think is what's coming to through as the message. To be marketable, often it's really beneficial to go through somebody whose job that is. It's your job to be the creative one and make the thing. It's somebody else's job to be the logical one to market it and to get it out there. And so sometimes all you need is a bit of advice, and then you can handle it. Sometimes you want the whole person to just do that. And so that will be beneficial to you. So no matter what this is, no matter how this resonates with you, get the advice of the person who is the professional in that field. Yes. Okay. And that helps you. It's a great thing. Yes. So here we have love from your parents. Okay. It feels like some of you are sitting there going, I don't think so. And some of you are like, well, they got a funny way of showing it. And some of you are very comfortable and knowledgeable about this. So some of these parents have passed on, and so they are communicating from the other side, and they say that they definitely do love you. They are observing you part of the time, not creepy like, excuse me. Okay, so there's, when I get a croaky voice during a reading, generally it's because there's a message in that. And so it feels like there was, poor communication or something between you and your parents maybe at different times, and it never fully got resolved or healed or whatever. But they are trying to tell you that yes, they do love you. And yes, sometimes they did have a funny way of showing it. And they don't, so this is what I'm hearing. They don't necessarily know how to fix it. And maybe it's not even appropriate to fix it, And so this is also for the people who are still living. They don't really know how to fix it, and they don't know if they have the energy to do it, right? So just be aware that no matter what kind of relationship this is, that they love you. You don't have to accept it. You don't have to, make amends. You don't have to change any other things, unless it's already beautiful like that, right? But they just want you to know. That's the message that's coming through. Okay. And then we get to this, relax. Everything is okay. That was such a huge, big, deep message about being yourself, and that you don't have to just toe the line of somebody else's rules anymore. And so everything is okay. You are safe to express your truth. You're safe to tell somebody off if that's what needs to happen. Do it in a way that feels good to you so that you won't beat yourself up later, right? You're safe. You can relax. Everything is okay. Right. Okay, so let's try the daily guidance cards and see what's one last little bit that your angels want you to know. The ocean. The ocean. So if you live near the ocean, go there and hang out for the afternoon or whatever, and breathe that air and feel the breeze and hear the birds and all that amazing stuff. That is healing. That's magical. It really is. Now, if you don't live near an ocean, you can get in the shower or the bathtub. You can go to a river or a lake, any kind of moving water, right? Sometimes this means that you have an imbalance in your body of not enough iodine. Honestly, that's sometimes what it means. So get some kelp from the health food store, and take that. Some people dislike the taste of that, so you can take it in capsules, whatever it takes, right? Just, figure out for your own self what this actually means for you. Also, sea salt. They're telling me sea salt in your water to help you be more hydrated. Moving water. So whether it's ocean or lake or river or fountain or shower or whatever it is, moving water has negative ions, and negative ions cleanse the air. That's why the air feels so good after a rain shower. It's why we love to stand beside a big waterfall and feel the spray, right? It just feels good. That energy is fresh and clean and sparkly and new, and it just feeds us and fills us up. And so, use water to cleanse you. Yeah, great message. Okay, so Leo, I will invite you to help me spread some goodness around the whole world. So we have the globe there. And so let's create some energy here. It's good stuff. It's the fresh ocean cleared. And let's just spread that across the whole globe, representing, of course, our world. And see how far we can get that to go, to spread, to flow, to clear. And let it clear you. Yeah, that's fabulous. Okay. Big message for you today. So listen maybe a few times. Okay. I want you to know how much I appreciate you and how much I love you. And I will see you next week.